Welcome back, Barca fans. There's a whirlwind of transfer activity brewing at the Camp Nou, and today's update is packed with huge developments. Manchester United have just opened the door for a Marcus Rashford loan, potentially paving the way for the England star to wear the Blaugrana shirt this season. Meanwhile, Barca haven't given up on their hunt for a long-term left winger, and RB Leipzig's Antonio Nusa is back on the radar. Could he be the next big breakout talent under Hansi Flick? And in other news, Pau Victor is set to leave after a difficult season with limited minutes. With a €10 million price tag and La Liga clubs circling, his time in Catalonia may be coming to an end. Let's break it all down, from transfer priorities to financial moves and player exits. Let's get started. Barcelona's move for Marcus Rashford gains real traction. FC Barcelona's hopes of signing Marcus Rashford have taken a major step forward, as Manchester United are now open to letting the English forward leave on loan. While United originally wanted to sell Rashford permanently, they're reportedly willing to accept a loan deal with a possible option to buy. A structure that suits Barcelona's tight financial situation perfectly. Rashford, who spent the second half of last season on loan at Aston Villa, doesn't appear to be part of new United manager Ruben Amorim's long-term vision. Although the Premier League club would prefer an immediate sale, they might even delay the payment process until 2026 to make a deal with Barcelona work. For Barca, Rashford has become a key target this summer, especially after they failed to sign Nico Williams once again. Along with Luis Diaz, Rashford is one of two main options being considered to strengthen the left wing. However, with Liverpool unwilling to negotiate for Diaz, attention inside Camp Nou has increasingly shifted towards Rashford, who is reportedly open to lowering his salary to make the move happen. In short, Barca could be edging closer to a deal that not only strengthens their attack, but also works financially under current La Liga FFP rules. Importantly, Rashford is reportedly keen on a move to Catalonia and has already turned down interest from Saudi Arabia. He is said to be willing to reduce his salary to make the transfer feasible and has expressed a clear preference for Barcelona. In recent days, the Englishman has even engaged with Barca players on social media, further hinting at his intentions. Negotiations are being led by Arturo Canales, a trusted intermediary in Barcelona circles, and the club is weighing whether to accept United's condition of a mandatory purchase clause at the end of the loan. Given their ongoing financial struggles and La Liga's FFP rules, postponing the purchase could be beneficial. Although no deal has been reported as imminent, United's openness to a loan has significantly improved the chances of Rashford wearing the Blaugrana shirt next season. Barcelona are in the market for a new left winger, and although Luis Diaz and Marcus Rashford are the priorities, other options are being considered. Whoever comes in will need to act as backup to Rafinha in the early stages of his time in Catalonia, and as such, a younger profile would be ideal. Diaz and Rashford may not be the best in this regard, although the latter is also capable of playing as a striker. But nevertheless, either player would not be a long-term bet, whereas Antonio Nusa would be. Antonio Nusa remains a player Barcelona rate very highly. The Catalan club were monitoring the talented winger closely last summer before he ended up signing with RB Leipzig. Now, according to Semper Barca have renewed their interest in the 19-year-old and are looking to accelerate talks with the Bundesliga side in the coming weeks. With the club still searching for a long-term solution on the left wing, and more affordable alternatives to Marcus Rashford and Luis Diaz being explored, Nusa has emerged as a serious option. His age, skill set, and potential make him an ideal target for Barca's future. Nusa has a favorable asking price. Considering that Diaz and Rashford have reported asking prices in the region of €80 million and €50 million respectively, Nusa could be a better option in that Leipzig are believed to be willing to green-light a transfer if they received a fee lower than €40 million. Nusa only managed 5 goals and 6 assists last season, but given that it was his first at Leipzig and also that he did not start too often, it was a respectable return. And he will only get better, with this development likely to be even more advanced if he were to be learning under Hansi Flick. If Nusa is indeed available for less than €40 million, pursuing a deal with Leipzig would make a lot of sense for Barcelona. He would be an ideal long-term left winger to play alongside Lamine Yamal on the right, but for now, it remains to be seen whether he makes the move to Catalonia later in the summer. Barcelona need to raise funds in order to be able to return to La Liga's 1:1 rule, which will help them register any new signings. The departures of Alex Valle and Ansu Fati have aided their bid, and with Pablo Torre to leave imminently, attention has now turned to the next set of candidates. Marc-Andre ter Stegen and Andreas Christensen are leading contenders for sale, and another that falls into this category is Pau Victor. The 23-year-old attacker, who was Pau Victor, who joined Barcelona from Girona last summer, struggled to make an impact during the 2024-25 season. With just a handful of appearances and fierce competition for places in the attack, the club has now decided to part ways with the 23-year-old forward. According to Sport, although Barcelona were initially open to a loan move, they have since changed their stance. Only a permanent transfer will be considered. Several La Liga clubs have already expressed interest in signing Victor. The Catalan giants reportedly have a clear asking price in mind, around €10 million, despite having signed him for just €3 million last year. However, the club is also looking to include a sell-on clause or a buyback option, showing they still believe in his potential for future growth. With a new winger expected to arrive at Camp Nou this summer, Victor's departure seems imminent. Victor was signed for approximately €3 million last summer, but they are prepared to accept offers in the region of €10 million. While this would be a relatively low price, it is expected that they will look to retain a significant sell-on clause and/or the option to re-sign him in the future. It makes sense for Barcelona to part ways with Victor, given that he was not overly impressive in the limited minutes he played last season. Coupled with the fact that La Masia has the likes of Dani Rodriguez and Jan Virgili pushing for a first-team spot for the new campaign, all parties will recognize that a clean break is needed. It remains to be seen where Victor ends up, but at this stage it is likely that he remains in La Liga. And if so, he will hope to be given a proper chance in Spain's top flight. According to Diario Sport, Pau Victor is looking to leave FC Barcelona this summer after a tough 2024-25 campaign under Hansi Flick. The 23-year-old forward has found it difficult to break into the first team, managing just 2 starts across all competitions due to fierce competition in the attacking department. With limited opportunities and little sign of a bigger role next season, Victor has reportedly set his sights on a move away from Camp Nou. As Barcelona continue to reshape their squad and bring in new attacking talent, it looks like Pau Victor could be one of the first to make way. At such a crucial point in his development as a player, it has in turn come as little surprise to see Victor linked with a summer transfer away from the Camp Nou. And as alluded to above, if the latest word stemming from the Spanish media is anything to go by, then the former Girona man himself appears to be keen on such a move. As per a report from Sport, amid the ongoing speculation surrounding his future. Last season, despite playing a good number of games, his presence did not translate into too many minutes, something that the striker hopes to solve with an agreed exit. That wraps up a packed transfer update from Camp Nou. With Manchester United softening their stance on Rashford, Barcelona could finally get their hands on a top-tier winger, especially with Luis Diaz out of reach. The option to loan with a future buy clause might just be the solution Barca need. At the same time, the return of interest in Antonio Nusa shows that Barcelona are not only looking at short-term options but also building for the future. With his price tag under €40 million, Nusa could be a game-changer on that left flank. And as for Pau Victor, it seems the writing is on the wall. With La Masia talents rising and minutes limited, a summer exit looks like the best move for everyone involved. What do you think, Keulers? Should Barca go all in for Rashford? Is Nusa the smarter long-term investment? And is it time to say goodbye to Pau Victor? Drop your thoughts in the comments, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell for all the latest Barca news. Visca el Barça. See you in the next one.